Okay, so University of Scranton did this study where they were trying to figure out that how many people actually follow their New Year resolution and actually implement it in their life and change themselves. And turned out to be 92% of the people actually fail doing that. So 92% of the people set a big goal, set a goal that they want to achieve, set some habits that they want to achieve at the end of the year, and they do not complete it. And so I was starting to question that if goals are really that important, and if goal is everything, then what's the difference between a loser who loses the game and a winner who wins the game? Usually, a person who wins the game, we try to determine that he was really ambitious, he was really into it, he was more passionate. But guess what? The person who came last, the person who lost the game entirely, was also passionate, was equally ambitious as the guy who won. Then what was the differentiating factor if the goals were same, if the vision was same, if the journey's end point was same, then where were the two of those guys different that made them a loser and a winner? And so to kind of find this answer, I went into some articles, I read this book. I have read it almost two times at this point. And so let's discuss why your systems are more important than your goals. Okay, so first of all, as I said, goals are both equal in a loser and a winner. So to differentiate you, there's only one thing in your hand is to build that system, is to build the stack of that system that defines your life in a very scientific, in a very non-emotional way, in a very practical way. You have to build these systems. Because look, goals can be as big as you want. I'm not saying that goal setting is a very wrong thing. Instead, I'm saying goal setting is that you are deciding what your final outcome would be, and now your point is to make that journey more viable, make that journey more sustainable for you. Okay, and so for to make that journey very sustainable for you, we need to make some systems, right? We need to make some of those clear day-to-day things that you need to do, or we need to break down that path for you where you'll walk on and they'll make you achieve your goal eventually. All right. So there's one thing that said in this book is you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. I'm repeating again, I'm repeating it. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Okay, and so goals are all good when you're setting a direction, but the journey is the way you set your systems, and it's eventually, everybody says that One Piece, the anime, if it ends someday, people have a theory that the One Piece, the true treasure of that entire show was actually the journey. And that's really the point. I said it again and again, it's the cliche advice that turn out to be true all the time. Right? And so here goes the same. You actually have to enjoy it today because goals cannot be achieved tomorrow. Goals will take a delayed gratification. Also, there was a study done where people were kind of separated and people were given different types of triggers, right? So there was one immediate result that you get and one where you have to wait for it. One is a delayed gratification process. And so when people were trying to figure out, they realized within the study is immediate results are three times as effective as delayed results. Okay, so really the cliche advice is breaking down is your delayed gratification, people are not able to sustain that long, and immediate gratification is three times more effective than the delayed one. So you kind of realizing it's so easy to beat people nowadays, it's so easy to win about everyone. Okay, because 92% of the people are really failing at the goals they set. They don't even give a try to it, right? Like these results are for the people who don't even try, right? So 92% of the people set the goals, don't even try. Okay, so one thing is understood that delayed gratification is what we are chasing for because immediate one will make everyone happy. If there was something like immediate results, everyone today would be successful. If you want to stand apart, you need to hold on to that gear for a long time. Okay, you need to get onto that steering wheel for a longer time. You cannot just go in, get out, and get the goals that you wanted just finished up. Okay, moving on to the next point. There are 126 studies that show systemic approaches led to 300% better outcomes than just goal setting. I'm repeating it again. There were 126 studies that were done that shows that systemic approaches resulted 300 times better than what normal goal setting does. Now, the reason why goals are important is all clear in your head. But now, the reason why we're adding scientific systems to it is to get you through that journey, get you enjoyable in that journey, and make the journey more sustainable. Right? We discussed it. It's all clear in your head. Now let's try to understand. There is no difference between a person who's setting the goal and the other person who's setting the same goals. The usual result is not in the ambition and motivations. All clear with that? Now, we're moving up to the 4 points that you have to keep in mind while designing your system. I'm trying to give a kind of roadmap to you where you will be able to decide how your system should be moved. So first thing is, obviously the first thing is very clear, is to focus on one thing, identify a goal for this year. I know we are a month late, but still go and focus on your one goal. Okay, first eliminate all the 10 things that are going on your mind. Just focus on one thing, just identify your current goal, the goal that you're pursuing this year. Second, break down the goals into daily actionable steps. Okay, we have discussed it again and again, how important it is to win today in order to win after 10 years. Okay, you need to be having micro speed, macro patience. All right, so it's game of whatever you have decided to do today, you have to get it done. Third, we have to start implementing it. Usually what we have done back in the day, our past experiences say that we decide this big goal, we also decide what we have to do today, but we don't implement and we just stay where we were yesterday. So to grow that 1% better than yesterday, you will have to eventually implement those things that were going on in your head and try to get better than yesterday. Just was single percent. Just this much growth is growth, bro. Okay, if you're working 4 hours, 10 hours a day, and you just get this much result more than yesterday, you have made that day successful, because it's not the big game. It's not those immediate results that build legends. It's usually the delayed things, the compounded things. Okay, the things that go exponentially make those billionaires, make those legends whom we remember, makes those legacies. Fourth point, environment triggers. Okay, so your environment should be in such a way that triggers you to work today. It triggers your journey to be further stretched. Okay, it is your environment in order. My point is that the people around you, the place you are in, should not be that kind of avoiding you from taking that next step towards your goal. If there are people, if there are friends who are trying to constantly bring you down, if there are things around you, if there's a noise, and if you're trying to record something, that's a disturbance, you have to kind of tackle that down. If you are trying to study and you have your phone, your laptop, everything ringing, on the other side TikTok's going, you are listening to songs, get your environment in a singular position that helps you focus on your work, that boosts your productivity, and that takes you to the goal that you are eventually aiming. Fifth thing, it's really important to track your progress. And the reason why tracking your progress is really important is because 40% of the people actually fail their goals because they were inconsistent in their tracking. Now look, as humans, it's really important for us to get that, yeah, we are moving ahead. Okay, we are not stuck as what we were 4 months ago. To me, this weight loss thing that I did was really slow. It was not really that hard hitting. I did not have that surge moment where I suddenly lost the weight. So when I was 2 months into it, I was actually losing weight and I looked slimmer. But somewhere when you go slowly to that end goal, you don't realize that, oh, I have changed. I don't feel like I'm suddenly slimmer. I still feel fat. I still do my t-shirts like this. So the point is, the previous time I was really disappointed even after losing weight. And the reason was because I was not tracking down the weight, right? I wasn't tracking down that, yeah, I'm actually losing weight. Look, the progress has been going on. When you're not kind of marking your progress points, you will be thinking again the next day that you are just the same person. And we as humans, we need that emotional boost. We need that confidence boost that the thing you're working on is actually working out. That 1% is actually adding up. And for that, you're tracking progress. It should be done, and it should be to the point where you realize it that, yeah, you are growing, and you know you are not stuck as what you were 4 months ago, right? So this is my entire point. This is the things that I wanted to say. I really went deep into this one. I really researched about this one, and Yeah, so in the end, it's just that these small things add up. We've discussed it again and again. As I said, you need to stack up those small things in order to get that big results. Tiny changes, remarkable results. Okay, I'm saying it again, that 92% of the people who are going to fail, maybe some of them might be you, but you can change it. Your goals can still be achieved at the end of this year if you identify what your current goal is, focus on one thing. Second, try to break it down into daily actionable steps. You need to determine what you have to do today. You don't have to think always big. You just have to think one time what the big goal is, one time what you're leading to, one time deciding of the direction, and then all of the things are done to be today. Okay, what do I have to do today? Now the big goal is set, God will look after it. Second thing, third, now we are moving on to action. Okay, now we are moving on to implementation. Now the thinking process is done, the theories are kept aside, now it's practical time, and now you need to go in, put in the work, and struggle for the thing that you want to achieve. It's always a part of life, it's always a part of the success journey. Struggle has always been a part. All right, the third point is done. Now the fourth point is trying to get that environment in a particular space where you don't get distracted, and if you don't feel like you're not in the place to work hard, or you suddenly get in a different direction than where you were supposed to go. Okay, so people around you, the things around you, even the smell around you, the small things really matter. So get that in position where it only boosts you to work more, it boosts your productivity. Fifth thing, please track whatever your progresses are. Track them down, note them down, and so I'm saying document it in your journal. Start doing this journaling thing. It's really changing my life. It will change your. Make a gratitude journal where you're thankful to God for whatever you're getting, and then second, whatever you've done today, what you had to do, what you didn't do, the progress that you are making. Yesterday I did this many hours of work. This today I just did that much hours plus 15 minutes. Okay, it's a good progress. At the end of 4 months, you'd be a different person. Okay, so ace this year. I hope this video was really helpful to you. I think you can now clearly kind of differentiate why you were not successful, and why the goals are same for failures and winners, and the only thing differentiate is the systems they make. I've given you an entire plan, a roadmap for how to create those frameworks for your entire system, and please try to implement it. Try to get this one thing in your life. I'm begging you, and it changed my life. It's changing my life, and I'm damn sure it will change your life too. Okay, so stay safe, pray to God. Always remember, result is not in your hands, it's always in God's hands. All the thing that you had to do was that journey. Then these systems make that journey more enjoyable for you, make that journey more valuable for you. Okay, so please pray to God. Results are in His hand. Your duty is to work. That's it. Just stay safe. Thank you.